All right, let's talk about three tiny words in English that cause a whole lot of trouble. In, on, and at. They seem so simple, right? But don't worry, because by the end of this, you're going to have one super easy trick to get them right every single time.
Look, if you've ever stopped mid-sentence wondering, wait, is it in Monday or on Monday? Trust me, you are so not alone. This is hands down one of the most common hurdles for English learners. But the fix? It's actually way simpler than you think.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to swap out that confusion for confidence, all with just one little idea that, get this, works for both time and place. So, you ready to learn the secret? Here it is. We're going to call it the big to small rule. The whole trick is to just imagine time and places like they're containers, one inside the other. We start with in for the biggest, most general things. Then we zoom in to on for something more specific. And finally, we pinpoint the exact spot with at.
So let's break that down. Just burn this into your brain. In is for big things. On is for something a little smaller, like a surface. And at, that's for the smallest, most exact point. Big, medium, small. That's really the whole thing.
Okay, so let's try this out with time first. When you're talking about the biggest chunks of time, you're going to use in. We're talking about huge containers like years, seasons, or entire centuries. That's why we say in 2025, in the summer, or in the morning.
For instance, a year is just a big 365-day container of time, right? You exist inside that entire time frame. So you say, I was born in 2002. It's big and it's general.
Now let's zoom in a little bit. We get more specific with on. We use this for single days or specific dates. See what happened? We went from a huge container, like a year, down to a single surface on the calendar, like a specific day, like Monday or your birthday. Right? The exam isn't just happening sometime in the week, it's happening on one single specific day. We've zeroed in from the general week to a specific spot on the calendar, so it's on Monday. And finally, we get to the sharpest point, the most specific level, at. This is for an exact point in time. Think of it like a tiny dot on a timeline, a precise clock time like at 7:30, or a specific moment like right now, at the moment. You'd never say the class starts on 9 a.m., would you? Because it's not a surface. It's a precise, exact point. The class starts at 9 a.m. See that beautiful progression? Big in, medium on, small at. Okay, every good rule has an exception. And here's the one you just have to remember. We say in the morning and in the evening. That fits our rule. They're big parts of the day. But for night, we switch to at. It's always, always at night. Just memorize that one and you're golden. So what about places? Well, here's the best part. The exact same big to small rule works perfectly. We use in for the biggest enclosed spaces. Think countries, cities, rooms. If you can physically be inside of it, you're going to use in. Think about it. A bag is an enclosed space. The keys are literally inside it. So of course the keys are in the bag. See? So simple. Moving on to on. For places, the magic word to remember is surface. Things aren't in the table, they sit on top of it. A photo isn't in the wall, it hangs on its surface. This is a perfect example. The picture is attached to the surface of the wall. It's on the wall. It's way more specific than just saying it's in the room, right?
And that brings us back to a lemma, for the most specific, exact points in space. Just like before, think of it as a pin on a map. A specific address, a bus stop, the front door, it's a precise location.
Exactly. She's not in the bus stop, and she's not climbing on the bus stop. She is waiting at that one specific point in town we all know as the bus stop.
And here's where it all comes together. This little chart is perfect. You can see that big to small logic working side by side for both time and place. On is for the big containers. On narrows it down to a surface or a day, and at puts a pin right on the exact spot.
All right, let's do a quick fire round of common mistakes so you can dodge them. Remember, it's on Monday, not in Monday. It's in the morning, but at night. And for a big city, an enclosed area like Colombo, it's always in Colombo. So if you ever feel that moment of doubt, just stop and repeat this little sentence in your head. In is big, on is a surface, at is an exact point. Seriously, think of this as your new secret weapon for getting prepositions right. Okay, let's put it to the test. Quick practice round. Look at these 4 sentences. Is it in, on, or at? Take a second, and for each one think, is it big, is it a surface, or is it an exact point?
So how'd you do? The meeting is on a specific day. You were born in a big container of a year. The cat is on a surface, and he arrived at a precise time. I bet that felt a whole lot easier now.
And there you have it, the big to small rule. It's just a simple way of thinking that totally changes the game. So the next time you go to use one of these words, you'll know exactly what to do. Thanks for tuning in.